السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Yes.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد لا إله إلا الله أشهد لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
الحمد لله ولي الصالحين غافر الذنب وقابل التوب شديد العقاب ذي الطول لا إله إلا هو إليه المصير نحمده سبحانه وتعالى ونستعين به ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا محمدا عبده ورسوله سيد العظماء وأشرف الكرماء وأفضل من تحت السماء أرسله بشيرا ونذيرا بين يدي الساعة من يطع الله ورسوله فقد رشد ومن يعص الله ورسوله فإنه لا يضر إلا نفسه ولا يضر الله شيئا اللهم صل وسلم على سيدنا محمد المرشد الآن إمام المرسلين ومسك الختام صلى الله وسلم عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه أفضل الصلاة والسلام وإن شر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار وإنما توعدون لواقع أما بعد فيا عباد الله أوصيكم ونفسي بتقوى الله تعالى وطاعته فاتقوا الله واتيعوه يجعل لكم من كل هم فرجا ومن كل ضيق مخرجا. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, we are in a pandemic, we are going through a disease, a sickness, which is so long and has been going on for so long, that has made the world, whether Muslim or non-Muslim, awake to think and ponder, what is this sickness? What is this disease? It is from Allah, yes, definitely, as we know that our aqeedah, our belief is that nothing happens without the will of Allah. قَدَّرَ اللَّهُ مَا شَاءَ فَعَلَ. And if Allah has given this pandemic, He is the one who will remove it. When? We don't know. The time is fixed. The time is written. Fil ajal, fil kitab. There is a time that we don't know, but Allah knows already. And when that time comes, then the pandemic will be removed. But there is something for us to think and ponder, tafakkur, tadabbur, whether we are young, whether we are old, whether we are male, whether we are female, whether we are Muslim or we are not Muslim. This pandemic, this virus had made all of us to think and ponder, and that is, do we have any other sickness besides this? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran in Surah Baqarah, there is a sickness of the heart. There is a disease of the heart, which is more dangerous than the coronavirus. This sickness and disease of the heart is more dangerous than cardiac arrest, or going to a cardiologist, or for a heart murmuring or heart problem. This disease is bigger than the coronavirus, but this disease has a cure. But very few people in the world go for the cure of this disease. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala informs us so beautifully in Surah Baqarah, في قلوبهم مرض فزادهم الله مرضا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, في قلوبهم مرض. In their hearts, قلوب جمع قلب. Qalb is our heart. Allah is telling us, you're worried about the dunya, you're worried about the coronavirus. What about the disease that is inside your heart? Think about it. Reflect upon it. Ponder upon it. Worry about it. Because this disease chews up our iman. It eats up all the taqwa that a person. Our salah is no good. Our siyam is no good. Our hajj is no good. Our umrah is no good. Our zakat is no good. Our sadaqah is no good. Our nothing is no good if we do not get rid of this disease in the heart. That Allah tells us, في قلوبهم مرض. Marad, sickness, disease. Coronavirus is a marad, sickness. Similarly, this is a disease that Allah is talking about. And what is that? It is nifaq, hypocrisy. Hypocrisy is where a person says, I believe, but they don't believe. يُخَادِعُونَ اللَّهَ وَمَا يَخْدَعُونَ. Allah says that they try to mock or deceive Allah. But they cannot deceive Allah because Allah is Sami, Al-Basir, Al-Khabir, Al-Alim. As Muslims, as believers, mu'min, we very, very seldom pay attention to this disease of nifaq, which breeds in the heart. And that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed a surah, Surah Munafiqun, a whole surah about this to inform us that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, كَأَنَّهُمْ خُشُبٌ مُسَنَّدَةٌ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that about the description of the munafiq, the hypocrite, that when the hypocrite, he or she talks, it's as if there's very beautiful, attractive, mesmerizing, fragrant kind of words that will attract you. But inside their heart, they are not believers. They pray just like the Muslim pray. They fast just like a Muslim fast. They do the ibadah just like a Muslim does. But inside the heart, there is a disease that is breeding and brewing, which is disease that is chewing up their iman and not making them realize. Can you imagine? Can you imagine, brothers and sisters, in Medina, in front of Rasulullah, there were munafiq right there and then. In his face, they would do things against him. And Allah is informing Rasulullah throughout the Quran about munafiq, revealing a surah Munafiqun, telling us in Surah Nisa about munafiqun. What does Allah tell us? مُذَبْذَبِينَ بَيْنَ ذَلِكَ لَا إِلَهَ هُلَا وَلَا إِلَهَ هُلَا. They make parties, they make groups, and they say that إِنَّمَا نَحْنُ مُصْلِحُونَ. Munafiq will say, this is what Allah is saying in the Quran, Munafiq comes and says in Medina to the people, إِنَّمَا نَحْنُ مُصْلِحُونَ. We are the ones who reconcile, rectifiers, we are reformers. You know, we are speaking up, we're standing up, we're making this whole ruckus, this whole disaster in front of people in public in Medina because we are Muslihun. And Allah says they are not Muslihun. They are creating fasad and fitna. A big warning from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because the whole purpose of ibadah, what's the essence of ibadah? Why do we come and pray here? We could pray anywhere, at home even. The whole purpose of coming to the masjid is to have sukoon, itminan, peace, tranquility. Just imagine for a second on Yawm al-Qiyamah, Allah throws all our Jumma Salah on our face. He just throws back on our face. Every Jumma, every Salah, Fajr, Maghrib, Isha, whatever you prayed is not acceptable to Allah. And that is what the munafiqeen did in Medina. They would pray right behind Rasulullah and they would create the fitna in Medina. They would create the fitna in the Masjid Nabawi. And so on and so that Allah says in Surah Tawbah that they went on to build Masjid Dirar. That whole incident is mentioned in Surah Tawbah. They made their own separate masjid just to have their activities and their things go on. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala very vehemently opposes that. And that is why Rasulullah said in the hadith, Ayatul Munafiq Thalatha. The signs and symbol of a hypocrite, or you can say the signs or symptoms of the disease of hypocrisy. The symptoms, how do you know you have coronavirus? The doctor tells you, let me see the symptoms. Are you coughing? Are you sneezing? Is there nasal discharge? You have headaches? You have a fever? These are symptoms. Nobody can tell your face, oh, you have coronavirus. The doctor sees the symptoms and then says, okay, let's go for the COVID-19 testing. And then the test happens. And it's up to Allah whether it's positive or negative. But why did the doctor order tests for some people and did not order the tests for other people? Symptoms. And that is why Rasulullah informed us 1400 years ago, the symptoms of nifaq, the symptoms of hypocrisy. This disease is bigger than coronavirus. This disease is bigger than blood pressure or diabetes or heart attack or heart disease or cholesterol or anything. This disease is at the core of our existence, our iman. And Rasulullah said, Ayatul Munafiq Thalatha, the signs or symbol of hypocrisy are three. Number one, the first sign, he said, is a hadatha kadhaba. When he or she talks, they lie. You ask a munafiq, did you do this, did you do that? They'll say no. You ask a person, this is what Rasulullah would tell in Medina to his Sahaba. And they were munafiq. Abdullah ibn Ubay Salul, the famous munafiq we know, and then the others. You know that in our deen and our Islam, it were the munafiqeen who created the Shia and Sunni divide. The whole ummah was one. Look at our Tariq al-Islam. Today people ask us, what are you? Are you Sunni Muslim or Shia Muslim? It was the first munafiq in Medina who created the fitna, who created the biggest fitna, the biggest mischief. Although in his own mind he was thinking that he's doing a good thing. Oh, I am helping the cousin of Rasulullah, Ali ibn Abi Talib. Oh, I am like the murid of Ali ibn Abi Talib. I am the supporter of Ali. And Ali ibn Abi Talib said, no, you're doing something haram. He vehemently opposed that. But that munafiq did not listen. He created the fitna in Medina, that the khilafah should be in the hand of the family Ali Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam. So look, this nifaq is so dangerous, it created the division in the ummah. Today we have two groups of Islam just because of this nifaq, hypocrisy. And this is something that destroyed even the first generation of Muslims, the Sahaba ridwanum ajma'een. It split them apart. And there are many who went into a group. And that is how they coined this terminology. In Arabic, the word Shia means a sect, a group. And they call themselves Nahnu Shi'atu Ali. We are the group of Ali. We are the sect of Ali. And that's how they broke off. So munafiq or nifaq created a big thing in our ummah. So we should be careful with this disease. Yes, we are worried about this pandemic. Yes, we are worried about this whole disease. But we should also be worried that Allah, oh Allah, I hope it doesn't get into my heart. Oh Allah, save me from nifaq. And that's what Rasulullah is saying, is the hadatha kadhaba. The first thing that the munafiq, he or she does is when they speak, they lie. وَإِذَا اُؤْتُمِنَ خَانَ. And when they are entrusted with something, they are disloyal. They are deceiving and cheating. They're not reliable. What's the opposite of khain? Ameen. And that is why the third thing he said, that when they begin to talk, they argue and fight. One of the symbols of nifaq, one of the symptoms of the disease of nifaq is when somebody is trying to have a discussion, a debate, this person, the munafiq, he or she will start fighting and arguing and yelling and screaming. Like Abdullah ibn Ubay Salul in Medina, when many of the Sahaba would counsel him, what are you doing? Let go of this mantaq, this logic that you have that Ali should be Khalifa is wrong. This person would start yelling and screaming and shouting that the whole Medina will start hearing. This is a sign of hypocrisy. Screaming, yelling, shouting is not the sign of iman. These are the signs of nifaq, hypocrisy. And if we find ourselves in this, we need to do istighfar. Astaghfirullah rabbi min kulli dhanbin atubu ilayh. What's the cure and remedy of nifaq, hypocrisy? Rasulullah said, istighfar, making istighfar to Allah, making tawbah to Allah, that, oh Allah, this is a disease, a sickness, only you can cure it, only you can remove this from my heart. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر لكم وسائر المسلمين فاستغفروا إنه الغفور الرحيم التائب من الذنب كمن لا ذنب له. الحمد لله وحده كما أمره وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له إرغاما لمن جهد به وكفر وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله سيد البشر وشافي المشافى في المحشر بلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة ونصر الأمة وجاهد في الله حق جهاده حتى أتاه اليقين صلوات الله وسلامه عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه الأتقياء الغر. أما بعد، قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: أصحابي كالنجوم بأيهم اقتديتم اهتديتم. الله الله في أصحابي لا تتخذوا من بعدي غرضا، فمن أحبهم فبحبي أحبهم، ومن أبغضهم فببغض أبغضهم، وخير القرون قرني ثم الذين يلونهم ثم الذين يلونهم. واعلموا أن الله صلى على نبيه وأمركم بالصلاة والسلام عليه تعظيما وتكريما، فقال تعالى في كتابه الكريم: إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا حبيبنا مصطفى محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى أزواجه وأصحابه وعلى أتقياء الغر يا رب العالمين. عباد الله رحمكم الله، إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. وأقم الصلاة.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله. حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
I see too many people today over here. I think many of you who have not registered coming here. Brothers and sisters, you're going to get us in trouble because we are still in a pandemic. The state still has regulation. We can only allow 40 people. So I really see that there's more than 40 people right now in here. So please register. Those of you who are coming today for the first time Jumma, we have a system of registration. Go online on the website ISNJ.net and register for the Jumma. If there's more than 40 people and the police comes, then the trouble will be there. You don't want to risk the Jumma of everybody else. If God forbid, the regulation, the county or the city says that the Muslims are overcrowding in the masjid, they can't have Jummah anymore. So now you are jeopardizing the Jummah of other people who are registering and who are coming according to the guidelines. So please take this as a humble request from me as an imam that we don't want to risk anything, inshallah. There are spots marked over here. We have 40 spots for the male and 10 spots for females in the back. If you come in and you see it's crowded, just stay outside. Please sit in your car. We have another Jummah. The second Jummah starts at 1:45, inshallah. You can pray the second Jummah. I just saw the list. In second Jummah, we only have 20 people. So there's no need to overcrowd the first Jummah. There's 20 more spots available in the second Jummah today, inshallah. استقيموا استووا. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو عالم الغيب والشهادة هو الرحمن الرحيم هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر سبحان الله عما يشركون هو الله الخالق البارئ المصور له الأسماء الحسنى يسبح له ما في السماوات والأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. والتين والزيتون وتور سينين وهذا البلد الأمين لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم ثم رددناه أسفل سافلين إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فلهم أجر غير ممنون فما يكذبك بعد بالدين أليس الله بأحكم الحاكمين. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. استغفر الله. اللهم أنت السلام منك السلام تبارك ربنا وتعالى ذي الجلال الكرام. اللهم تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. اللهم ارفع عنا هذا الوباء كورونا. اللهم ارفع عنا هذه البلاء يا رب العالمين. اللهم ارفع مقتك وغضبك عنا يا رب العالمين. اللهم أنت تكون راض عنا يا رب العالمين. اللهم يا شافي الأمراض يا شافي المشافى اشف مرضانا ومرضى المسلمين في كل مكان يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم اشفهم شفاء كاملا لا يغادر سقما يا رب العالمين. اللهم ارزقهم الصحة والعافية في بدنه وجسده يا رب العالمين. اللهم اغفر للمسلمين والمسلمات المؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك أنت السميع مجيب الدعوات. وصلى الله على خلق محمد صلى الله عليه آله وصحبه برحمتك. Please don't forget to donate for the masjid on the way out. The boxes over there. We have stopped passing the boxes during the salah as it causes disturbance, but the box is at the exit, inshallah.